To be honest, this episode's link to sustainability is very tenuous, but when repeat guest Lise Bauer hits you up saying she needs to talk to you, you drop everything and talk. The main topic of conversation is where we're both at with the latest round of the Last Sewist Standing challenge. I wonder if our statuses will surprise you. So hold tight a few minutes and we'll get into it. Welcome to Check Your Thread, the podcast that will help you sew more sustainably. My name's Zoe and I'm obsessed with sewing. I've been blogging about it for over 18 years and I'm the creator and host of the popular handmade wardrobe challenge, Me Made May. But, like many people, I've become increasingly concerned about the climate and ecological crises, and I'm looking at the way that my lifestyle contributes to them. So in this podcast, I'll be nerding out about making clothes whilst exploring how to minimise the negative impact that it may have. I really hope you'll join me in this journey. Hi lovely listener, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I've just wrapped up a bunch of freelance sewing work that I crammed into my recent evenings and weekends. So I'm super excited to be getting back to some selfish sewing for a week or so before I take on the next batch. Last night I hosted a sew together session via Zoom for patrons of the podcast, which was super lovely as always, but I got a bit overexcited with my freedom and I spent the session prepping literally 4 different sewing patterns that I now want to jump into. Speaking of patrons, sadly no new patrons to thank this week, but I would like to encourage you to consider signing up to support the podcast if you haven't already. You can do so by heading to patreon.com/checkyourthread. You can sign up for any amount at all per month, and it's going to help keep this ad-free podcast afloat and alive, which in this current financial climate is no mean feat. Thank you for considering it. Anyway, let's jump into the episode. It's a fun one. It's not to be taken too seriously, but there's always some food for thought to be extracted anyhow. I love talking to Lisa, and I know that many of you love hearing me talk to Lisa. So let us accompany you as you go about your day. So until next week, to be honest, I'm not precisely sure at this point which episode I'm going to share with you, but trust it'll be good. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, take care of those in your local and the wider global community who could use some help, and enjoy. That's not okay, so just a little catch up. So what happened was yesterday you DM'd me on Instagram. You're like, there's an emergency. I'm like, I'm here for it. You're like, I need a recording. I'm like, when? Let's go tomorrow. Let's do it. Here we are. I know nothing. How are you doing, by the way?
Hi, Zoe. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I haven't slept in ages. I don't sleep anymore. Beyond that, I'm fine. So I last spoke to you March.
That's right.
It was the beginning of this round of Last Sewist Standing. You were also talking about frock tails. There was a lot going on. So where do you want to start? What do you want to talk about? The floor is yours.
So first of all, I just listened to this week's episode and you did the little intro where you're like, how are you? And you check in with people. So I just wanted to circle back to that real quick. I still love that so much.
Aww.
And the little check-in of like, how is everyone doing? So, by the way, I'm doing the opposite. I'm getting more sleep than ever.
Tell me your secret.
Oh my God, you need to get on this. I feel like a new person every morning.
You need to get this. There's this thing called sleep. You need to get on it. I'm like, okay, great. How?
It does wonders. Ignore all responsibilities. Switch off your brain. You know, it's amazing.
Oh, because it's that easy.
Oh, no, actually, I did. I lay in bed yesterday and like the thoughts would not stop. Yeah. You know what I do then, though? I often do go to my sewing projects because at least that's not like worrying or something. I'm like, what are my next steps? You know, things like that.
Mentally, not physically going to your sewing projects in your head.
No.
Oh,
in my head. Yeah. Like a little meditation, sort of, you know.
That's nice. Do you know, I think one of my problems right now is that I don't have a sewing project on the go at the moment because I'm working on some sample making. So I'm doing that right until bed. So I'm not really getting that kind of same, I mean, I'm still sewing, but it's not quite the same brain state somehow, you know, I think.
Right.
Anyway, enough about me. I'm glad you're getting some rest though. Anyway.
Anyways, but back to the topic at hand.
Yes,
Yeah. So
please.
I just DM'd you yesterday out of the blue and I was like, Zoe, I think we need to talk. And because you're awesome, you're like, yes, sure, right away. Like, about what? I don't care. Let's do it.
As if you could talk about anything. I'm like, yes, of course.
So, anyways, to the surprise of no one, it is confession time. And I just
Yes!
thought, yeah.
So the last episode that we created was, I think it was 218, and it was called Fabric Confessions. So what the hell am I going to call this episode?
I was already thinking about that, but like we're going into this with very little preparation, if any at all. So we're just thinking about it as things developed, what it must be.
Yeah, exactly. I think the prep that I did was check the title of the last time we spoke.
Nice.
No, I did re-listen to that episode actually on the school run today.
So I didn't do a lot of preparation. It would be very interesting to see how this year stacks up, in comparison to others, because it does feel like this is earlier than usual that we're having the confession.
I love it so much. I love it so much. So, okay. So when I was re-listening on the school run, panic listening this morning, we were both signed up to Last Sewist Standing. It was the early couple of weeks, the first couple of weeks where you kind of turning a blind eye if one was to purchase some elastic or something like that. There's a lot of elastic talk. And then you were predicting your goal for Last Sewist Standing 2026 was that you were going to go the whole way without buying fabric, starting in heavyweight, and then predicting that you will be dropping down into lightweight towards the end of the year. My own prediction was very similar. I had signed up on a whim. And we're blaming Chloe for this because we had a little DM and Chloe asked me if I was participating and I was like, yes, my FOMO got the better of me and I suddenly pounced on it. And my goal was to similarly get as far as I can in heavyweight, predicting I'd probably need a pattern or a zip at some point to use some of the lovely fabric that I had been buying. And then there was the possibility of creating this dream dress that is still in my head and I still want to make sometime later in the year if the event appeared that would be suitable for. So those were our goals. How did we do?
Oh my gosh, it feels like way too early in the year to already be at this point. So it feels like our goals were similar with you having the caveat if you find the perfect fabric for that dress.
Oh, I know what the fabric is. I know I can get it at Fabric Godmother. It's just I hadn't done it yet because it didn't seem right to buy it when there wasn't the event ready yet because it's quite a dressy dress. But yeah.
Right. So my plan completely went. I think it went out of the window as soon as I told you. I was like, I gotta say, I gotta get this right away off the bat, just get it out. My heart wasn't quite in it this year as it had been in previous years.
Because you talked the talk.
I talked the talk.
Were you trying to convince yourself?
I was convincing myself it's very necessary. Whenever I go to my stash room because I'm bringing organizing fabrics, I'm always invigorated by what I see. I'm like, I really never need to buy fabrics again. I mean, for the foreseeable future, and most of them I love, etc. So I talk myself into it, but not out of the illusion, but because I really do think that's the smart way to go. But I did, I think it was last year or this year where I mentioned to you, maybe to others, I forget who I mentioned things to, that I kind of felt a little bit cocky, I think I'm cured now. I don't think I'm going to go back to my bad habits, that kind of thing. And I think I did feel a little bit like that this year. I think it's year number 6 that we're doing this.
Wow, okay.
I've obviously participated every year. I made it once all the way till the end of the year. And then another time I made it longer than the end of the year for about 1.5 years. That was when I dropped out last June. So that horse was running for 1.5 years straight.
She was exhausted.
So I do think I've shown I can go, the distance. But I also, I don't know if it's a little bit delusion or a little bit also, insights into my own habits and how they've changed, that I don't think the old habits per se of just almost doom scrolling through the fabric shops when you're lying in bed at night. I show up here with my fails, but these fails used to happen on a very regular basis. You know what I mean? So,
So what happened?
yeah, we should start with the confession. We're almost at the conclusion already here. So let's circle back. What the hell happened?
Okay, so we spoke in March. It is now early June.
Right. So I made it exactly 3 months and 5 days, which, you could say, okay, that's nothing. Like, what are you even doing here? And most of us that know the size of my stash, are correct in that. I do want to point out for other people, 3 months is not nothing. Like, that's, Zoe, there's nothing to snicker at.
You're just so funny. I just love talking to you so much. I just love it. I love it. I'm not judging. I'm just amused.
Nah, I'm good. I'm here for the public flogging. You know it.
I think that's what you want. I actually think that that's what you want.
In a way, I was like, I'm just not going to tell anyone yet. It's just too soon to make this public. And then I was like, no, better get it over with, But that's more like, yes, conclusion. Let's get to what happened here. Why so early in the season?
Was it Frocktail's fault? Because Frocktail's has been to blame previously, like traveling to a new city.
Yeah, definitely blaming Frogtails a little bit. It's just so good if you can blame something or someone, isn't it? Let's just get the confession out. What did I do? What did I buy? So for those that missed my stories, and I may or may not make a, static post, I went to buy some calico because I've actually been sewing, which is not always the case here.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been sewing a lot. I've been sewing for Frogtails before and after Frogtails. So I've been sewing stuff that I actually like to wear, and I'm fresh out of calico. I'm down to like 25 centimeters. And you know how I feel about twirling. And I've had a recent fail where I didn't twirl. It was a pair of...
Oh, we were making the same shorts, weren't we? The
That's
bow
right.
boxer shorts by Matchy Matchy Sewing Club. Which versions, because there's two different rises and two different leg lengths, which did you make?
I always do the low rise because I'm very short. So the low rise for anything comes up to my belly button. So I always love, it's usually a mid rise option, not a real low rise. You know what I mean? So I did the mid rise, low rise option and the shorter view and went according to my measurements. And I was like, it's a pair of boxer shorts. What can go wrong? I'm just going to go in and make it out of not actually the final. The final is going to be one of these checked fabrics.
Oh my goodness.
Super cute,
so cute.
seersucker.
Yes.
And this is just another fabric that's cute, but that I have a lot of. So I was like, all right, wearable toile. Anyway, so I made these and then, yeah, they didn't fit. I was so frustrated. Look, in the end, I think I should have maybe sized up. I did make them according to the measurements correctly. Yeah, like basically there's too much fabric in the front and not enough in the back.
Okay. Okay.
It's really actually kind of comical. I had to laugh when I put them on. Then I decided to go one of my trusted sort of indie pattern companies. So True Bias has a cute boxer shorts that she released last summer or something. It's like supposed to be a wearable, outside wearable boxer short,
Cute.
And so I made that according to my measurements and it fit perfectly.
Yay! Woo!
And I made it out of calico because this time I was like, I'm not going to like even waste the bee fabric on, anything anymore. I'm toiling again from now on, but I literally used up my last calico for this.
Okay. So you had to go and buy some more calico. Where did you go for this calico?
I went online because I was just like cheap cotton calico, I just want something cheap. I did look in my stash if I have like not B-line fabric, but like D-line fabric. Not really. So anyways, I was like, calico it is. And then things started going south. Because calico, I have to point out, is okay if you're in lightweight. That counts like, I don't know, elastic or something. It's not the final, It's not main fabric. It's like sketching paper, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that would have been totally fine. But then I went to look at their jerseys, just basic jerseys. Oh, Because I also want to make a cute just t-shirt to go with my cute shorts, just like a plain t-shirt. But yeah, I used up the last of my white plain jersey fabric. And there also, I feel like, come on, that's almost like telling an artist or a painter if they run out of white acrylic paint, like, no, you can't get more. I mean, it's like a little bit tough. So I just went to look, and this is where the temptation became like, okay, no, I'm getting this. So the normal white jersey I always buy is around 200 to 250 grams per square meter. That's sort of the normal basic jersey I find anywhere, never mind where I look. And it's a bit on the heavier side. And sometimes that's nice. But if you buy a t-shirt in like H&M, Zara, whatever, fast fashion crap, which is always what I'm trying to emulate, the jersey is thinner, a lot thinner and more lightweight. And sometimes I want that.
Okay.
Anyways, so I found this jersey there. I went to look. I didn't just find it. I stupidly went to look. And I found this jersey. It's 100% cotton, so no elastane. And I got the white, which is 160 grams per square meter. And I was like, I'm interested. And I just got 2 meters of that, I have to say.
I'm very proud of you.
Yes, white jersey. Yeah. Come on, I could have gotten 10 meters and known I would use them eventually.
Yes, I know that about you.
But I was like, I will test this jersey, 2 meters. And then I saw a stripy teal white, and it's 145 grams per square meter, also 100% cotton. Ooh, and the stripes are lengthwise, not horizontal, which is weird for a jersey.
And I know how teal is one of your colors.
It is. And like, if I would make these like matchy shorts again, anyways, it would go. So anyways, that also I ordered 2 meters, and I went very quickly from like, I'll just have a look to, I'm getting this. There wasn't a lot of thinking, like there should maybe be this early in the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, and the horse was dead over basically 4 meters of very simple, plain jersey fabric.
Okay.
Because I'm not counting the calico.
No.
Because that would be allowed in lightweight. Yes. Waving that first.
Okay. So I'm actually very proud of you. Because there has been conversations previously when something like 12 meters of shirting happened. With the same kind of breeziness with which you just described the 2 bits of jersey that you, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, but don't put the flogging stick away quite yet, because there's more.
Okay, come on then.
So the horse was dead, and honestly, I didn't even feel that bad about it, and maybe that's a bad sign already. I was also very much feeling I kind of deserve this. I've had a tough while, like not just few months. And we don't need to get into the detail. I don't know. Sewing is a lot of sewing, and sewing community is like also escapism for me,
Sure.
And not the bad kind of escapism where I'm like throwing myself into destructive behavior. And so, but like, I think a lot of us, I think I do have to bring it up because I think a lot of us can relate to the feeling of either I'm not doing well, I'm struggling, and I really deserve something nice, or, and I've gotten better about that because that's generally just not healthy behavior if you like buy stuff, not just fabric, if you're feeling down, But what happened here was like, I've kind of gotten through some like tough months. Things are kind of looking calmer now. Don't want to jinx it. And I felt like I deserved something,
Yeah.
And so, I guess I'm not here as a manager of the challenge now, giving advice how to overcome this. I'm here as a civilian saying like, this is what I noticed as a challenge participant, that I really felt like, in the past, I also used to buy when I felt down, which really isn't good behavior. Mm-hmm. But now I was like, again, with the smugness, like, I feel like I deserve it, So I guess I'm putting more the question out there. Yeah, how do we feel about that as a community? I'm still feeling kind of okay with it, honestly.
I know your face is absolutely fine with it. It's absolutely fine with it. What did you get? Anyway, before we answer that question, before we get listeners to write in, what did you get?
But yes, so Horsewood's that over 4 meters of not very exciting jersey, but that I felt sort of excited about. And then I noticed for all these like boxer shorts and things I'm sewing and like generally my life, I needed more elastic.
Oh,
We're
it's the
back to
elastic
the
chat.
elastic, Zoe.
I'm going to change this podcast title. Check your elastic.
And I needed two types of elastic. And once again, that's fine in independent. Like, yeah, that's a basic. I'm allowed to stock up. But because my horse was already dead, I remembered I had seen they have like lovely Pointel jersey fabric, which I don't own any of at
Your
all.
face, you're so funny. You're like, I'm an angel. I don't even have any.
And I know you made a cutesy like French girl Pointel
I
t-shirt.
very much like my Pontel t-shirt. Yes, I do. I wear it quite regularly.
So yeah, just gonna say like, some people.
Oh, am I an influence? Is this my fault?
Also, Alexandria Arnold made a really cute Pointel something. I didn't look at the garment, but she made really cute finishing. She made like how it goes.
Scalloped.
Yes, a little bit scallops, but she made
Oh,
it
I'm
with
going to
the
go and check that out.
Pointel fabric. She somehow like sewed it with a specific stitch that it like pulls it in and it looks just like ready to wear garment, like you would buy it in H&M, which is always my goal.
I love it so much. Some people are like, I want to make couture. You're like, I want to look
Yeah.
like H&M.
So anyways, because I'm somehow in the sleepwear, boxer shorts, loungewear, and
Era.
yes. And at this point, I have to say I also have two girls, and they would both, even though punk and everything, like Quantel is fine again. Long story short, I kind of have trouble getting there because I've already been reamed about it. I got 4 meters of this.
Okay.
So we're up to a total of 8 meters of fabric, and that's the damage.
What colours?
It's a off-white. It's a very light off-white, not a cream. So it will still look good with my mostly cool,
Sure.
wardrobe, but it's not quite a stark white.
Do you have a pattern in mind for the Pontel?
No, not yet. That was more of a, I'm just going to get this while the horse is dead. And I am thinking like a boxer shorts, t-shirt, sleep set, both for me and the kids. And I'm already envisioning long pants as well, loungy sleep pants. And obviously that's not enough for 4 meters.
I was going to say, that's like...
So
Okay.
I feel
I don't
like
want to encourage you, but I don't think that's 4 meters is going to be enough for 3 sets of that.
No. So we will see what actually gets made because, I also make more plans than I actually make things.
Don't we all?
But
Yeah.
I don't actually, that's one of the reasons why. So I made a whole section. So I did make a little bit of notes, like, how do I feel about it? And I have like ambivalent feelings. And one of them is like, I'll definitely use it. I don't think I bought some stupid fabric that I'm not going to use, that it's too much, etc. So yeah, so the total damage is 8 meters
Okay.
in jersey fabric for some reason. And it's not like I don't have jersey, right?
Is this the total though? Because I thought the total was 4 meters and then you just snuck.
Then the
This is
next,
it.
the next day, the pony just got better. And that's the total damage. So I think on the 6th is when I bought the calico and the first 2 sets of jerseys, 2 meters each. And then the next day I was like, yeah, screw it. Might as well get some more jersey with my elastic.
Okay. So, that being said, that's happened. What about the rest of the year?
Just quickly before we move on, I do think that screw it feeling is like worth coming back to.
Please, let's go.
Sorry, I'm like
No. You go.
this is year 6. So at this point, when I do fall, it's not like I've fallen. I'm like, okay, how do I feel about
This
this?
is what I'm trying to get to. What does screw it mean? Does it mean screw it? I've done that now. Right, let's just crack on. Or does it mean like gloves are off?
Because a little bit there was that feeling like I'm already out. I'm already gonna have to confess to the community. Who cares? You know what I mean? And I very quickly was also like, no, I don't like that feeling. So I do think like if you stay away from the just like compulsive, I buy anything I want and I see, if you train yourself, maybe with a challenge or otherwise, to be more restraintful and thoughtful in your purchases, then maybe you're not actually chasing that feeling anymore because it very quickly felt a little more icky than it did in the
Ah,
past.
interesting. But also, you have plans for these,
Yeah.
and also you didn't buy the whole bolt.
And it like just financially, I mean, it's Jersey. It wasn't like some kind of silk, affair happening here. Budget wise, I have the receipts that I'm doing much better than I did in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I ask? I have a couple of questions. One, have you used any of the, was it broderie anglais you bought? Was it in Italy?
I finally did, but not
Yay!
the Broadway Anglaise I bought after Italy. So
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
last year my horse died in Italy when I bought silk and linen during Milan Frogtails.
Have you used those pieces?
I was so mad I changed. I was wearing my Italy linen pants, which
Ah,
was I think it's Helen's Closet June pants, shorts and pants. And I'm actually currently wearing version 2 of that. This was wearable 12 version 2 out of a lightweight jeans that I don't care about. And I was
cute.
earlier wearing version 4 or so, which was then finally out of the nice Milan linen.
Yay!
But then
Awesome.
I was cleaning suddenly and I didn't want to be on my knees with like,
The nice linen,
my
yeah.
nice linen pants. So I put on the crappy jeans ones. But so yeah, I've been using the fabrics I bought. I don't know if you remember, but last year in the US, I bought some fabrics there.
Yes, you went to Mood Fabrics, didn't you?
And I used some of those, but I didn't use all of it. So I bought
Okay.
more than I used. And
Okay.
that's a problem here too. And that's maybe part of why I bought 2 meters each and then four and not my usual amount.
But that's good. That's progress.
Yeah, hopefully.
Another question. Last time we spoke, you had, and this was a big development for you, had a big sort out and had got a lot of fabric, including a lot of more juvenile prints and stuff, and that you just knew you were not going to use. And the plan was to give them all to one beginner sewer or possibly another, because you also knew a child that was into sewing as well. What is the outcome of that plan?
That is still exactly at the same point when we last talked about it.
Okay.
I have been to my stash room.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a good spring cleanup there. So I guess that's a step towards also getting rid of fabrics, but I haven't gotten to that point. Honestly, 3 months is like not a lot of time since we last talked. Like it's barely progressed beyond an idea at this point.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else you need to tell me? Anything to confess? Anything to discuss? Anything you want to
No,
put out there
confession
into the
wise, I
world?
think I'm good. I did want to talk a little bit, circle back to like frog tails, and I think my horse I mean, okay, maybe this is a little bit confession. So remember in Milan where I felt like my horse died a premature death?
Yes. You created a new rule, didn't you, for Last Sewist
Exactly.
Stand?
I made a loophole. I created a rule where you can buy a souvenir fabric or you can make a souvenir purchase. And then my horse kind of went overboard with that purchase and I felt it was already dead and then I like killed it off. Sorry about the graphics. We're bringing back all the like graphic distasteful stuff because I think it just gives a good kind of like seriousness to the whole thing, you know?
I love it. I'm here for it.
And that this year something similar happened. So for frog tails, I suddenly had to go to fabric stores, like real life inside the brick and mortar fabric store, which, I don't like leave my apartment if I don't have to. Have all my sewing things here. So it was lovely. I went downtown, met up with the rest of my team. Sometimes it was just me. Sometimes we did things in a group. And we went around these fabric stores. First of all, we wanted to put some flyers out, but we also wanted to get some, hopefully, as sponsors. And I have to say, it was lovely connecting with the local fabric stores community because I hadn't stepped foot in like more than half of them. Because, yeah, I just don't really go to places if I don't have to.
Stay at home and sew.
Well, and I had the one fabric store that's like the closest to me, like 10 minutes on the bus. So if I was out of thread or elastic and I needed some now, that's where I would go.
Sure.
And I wasn't really buying fabric anyways, online or a real source. So yeah, I just knew the one really. So it was lovely. And it was really cool to connect to the community. And I got to say, a sew is just like, I don't know, what is it? We just feel at home in a fabric store, don't we?
Yeah.
Not only
absolutely.
are we surrounded by fabric, it's also the people that are there, not just the people working. Then other customers come in. I see them
and
with
chatting
their
with them, and what are you making?
yeah. And even
yeah.
if I'm not chatting, because the Swiss don't really chat the way I would if I was in an American store.
Oh, interesting.
I just see them with their buttons and how they're like thinking and comparing and putting the things and like I don't know, you just like feel like you're in your
These
world.
are my people.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a natural fit. And so it was lovely getting into these fabric stores, talking to these people, and then we received a lot of support from the local community.
Nice.
Even though they were very perplexed, like, what is this? And then when they got it, they were like, oh yeah, we'll be a part of it. So there was also this aspect of I felt like maybe I should like support back a little bit. Like I'm here like the fifth time in 2 months. Maybe I'll just buy a little bit of thread today or something. So yeah, that happened a few times where I like bought some thread that I didn't really need. And then for my frogtail dress, I wanted some plain white voile or batiste or some kind of a lightweight, cotton. And I actually ended up buying like 2 or 3 options. And I only used like 2 of them in the dress. And now we get back to the loophole. So for this year, I made the new really dumb loophole that says you can buy anything you want for frogtails. So I guess, my petition to the management is like, can we just like get rid of the loopholes? Cause like they're not working like at all.
We've tested them. Jury has concluded bad plan. Bad plan. Yeah.
I feel like management is going to accept my petition. They have a way of waving them through. So I think going forward next year, no more loopholes. Like we're getting back to basics.
Okay. I love it.
So,
I
yeah.
love it. So would you at this point like to talk to me about my challenge?
I would love to hear about your challenge. I haven't because of frogtails, I've been offline so much. I have no idea. Just like you had no idea what's coming from me. I have no idea where you are in your challenge. Please fill me in.
Out.
Oh my God, when did this happen?
This is the thing. It was such a non-event. I don't even know. I don't remember it's been an awful 3 months, or since whenever. I've had an awful time personally, and I literally have been doing things. I don't even know what's going on. I know I've bought patterns. I've probably bought fabric. It didn't even occur to me that I shouldn't be. I definitely haven't gone wild. I think it's maybe only I've definitely bought a few patterns. Fabric, I probably bought maybe 1 or 2 lengths. And I definitely have bought some lingerie findings and some stretch lace for making underwear. But I don't really know. I don't know. Things have happened. I don't know what's happened.
I mean, first of all, I am so sorry to hear you haven't been well, but also I am cracking up because this is the opposite of what I expected. I thought you're going to be flogging me and why so early? You've been out all along. You didn't even make an announcement.
No, because
anything.
Literally, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I want someone else to tell me what's going on in my life because I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even think I have been doing some sewing, but what have I made? I don't know. I have to go and check my Instagram.
So is it just the case of there's so much going on?
Yes.
And you can't get to sewing, so you're getting your sewing fix through buying sewing things?
No, not Eve. That would make more sense than what's actually happening. There's logic there. No, I just don't know what's going on. I don't have the bandwidth to keep track of what's going on. So I have been doing some sewing. Like I made those bow boxer shorts. I got the pattern, but the fabric came from a fabric swap I attended last year.
So that's cool.
I think I've made some other things. I don't know. I've made some things. I'll check my
Well,
Instagram and I'll
yeah,
let you
we'll
know.
check Instagram. I would love to help you. And honestly, I like to be like up to date, but yeah, I've had so much going on. I have like glimpses
No,
of what people made on Instagram, but yeah, I
no.
have no recollection of anything right now that I've seen. I think I have some pictures in my head from Me Made May from you, but those were primarily things you were wearing and not necessarily sewing during
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
month. And you also just got out of Me Made May, which I know you don't do. We both don't do like daily, moderation
It's a lot. It's a lot.
and engagement anymore for our challenges, but
No, because it would
it's
literally
still a
be a
lot.
full-time job. If I
Yeah.
responded and made a comment, which I would love to do, like I would love to,
Or repost the stuff.
yeah, if
Yeah.
I responded to, commented on, hearted, everything that I was tagged into, let alone just things that were on the hashtag, that would be my whole job
Yeah,
for
for
May.
sure.
And I just don't have that time. I love it. I love the vibrancy. I love seeing what people are doing. I can't put the time in that. Previous years I had a bit more time. But it's been great.
But it's also so big now. Maybe previously you had more time, but it's massive now. You could never, you would need a team of people
Yeah.
to repost
And the way that
24/7, you know?
Instagram's broken hashtags
Yeah.
and stuff, it's
Yeah.
kind of it's a bit of a free for all. It's a bit of like, well, it is as it is.
Yeah.
So I just hope that anyone that participated enjoyed it. I know I have read some and received some super lovely messages about how people have benefited from it, things that they've taken away from it, ways that it's affected in positive ways their self-esteem and their pride in what they do and sense of community and connection and some like really lovely outcomes. So I just hope that the vast majority of people that participated took something really positive away from it and yeah,
Oh, I
that's my
am
hope.
sure. And I think that's a really healthy way for you to run your challenge at this point. And just like, yeah, you get glimpses of it when they tag
Yeah.
you or you see these posts, but nobody expects you to keep up with it all. I also saw some of those posts at the beginning and the end of the month where people were a bit more reflective and saw some really, really lovely ones. I once
Oh.
again was a bit too busy. By the end of the May, when my fractal thing was over, I was like, oh, maybe now I'll start once again jumping on the bandwagon when it's over. But yeah, it was lovely months. But I can imagine for you, anyways, it creates a little bit even more online work than just any regular month.
Yeah, it's a lovely energy, but it's a lot. So,
Yeah.
yeah, personally, like, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the nudge to spend more time thinking about how I want to put myself out there into the world, what I want to look like and subsequently feel, because I think that what you wear really for me really does affect how I feel throughout the day. So I really enjoyed that. I didn't particularly attempt to create a brand new outfit every single day. There was definitely repeats, and that in itself was interesting. It wasn't something I was trying to avoid necessarily. So I got a lot from it and I really enjoyed it. And I keep meaning to make like a little reel of like snippets throughout all the
Hmm.
videos, but that's not happened yet. We're on the 9th of June. Is it going to happen? Not sure. Maybe. But maybe when this sampling work's done. I don't know.
I love
Again,
it.
don't know what's going on anymore.
There
Yeah.
doesn't need to be a set schedule for everything either.
I know, but as an upholder, this is new territory.
I wonder if, because yeah, you are usually very, your schedule seems very tight and full, and you wear
Oh, it's
many,
full.
and you wear very, like a lot of different hats in your roles in life. And it seems to me maybe it's time for the Zoe hats to get a bit bigger, just for a minute, you know? Like where's Zoe in all of this? I like that you did have time in all your mayhem to still think a bit about like your making and fashion journey, etc. That's giving me hope that in this all this chaos, like you're like, okay, but what about me and my outfit?
What about me and my outfit? That's the
Yeah.
question. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, awesome. So, what's the plan for the rest of the year?
Well, you tell me. I'm still sort of like in shock over here. about your whirlwind, I'm out, I'm that. I actually kind of forgot about I even own a horse. And I don't actually remember what I bought. I mean, I kind of feel like if it wasn't for the fact that you were actually not doing that well, I would be like here with my flogging stick. Um,
Yeah, please don't. I can't take it.
but I'm like, yeah, that's what I was actually a little bit hoping today you wouldn't be flogging me too much because I also feel a bit bruised just from like
Life.
everything we've gone through. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it hasn't been the worst months, but definitely not the
Yeah.
best months.
Absolutely. And this is ultimately meant to be a bit of an escape,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. I think the point is like, and that's why I think I'm like not flog. I would never flog you anyways. But like, I can't even flog myself as much as I maybe should because I do feel like when you're a little bit bruised and battered, it does feel good to just, okay, let's not just stick to the rules. And maybe I will have a bar of chocolate more than I should or buy a fabric that I don't need. And with all those things long term, the habit then goes from like treating yourself to actually being destructive if you just like keep doing those things. But sometimes we deserve a little bit of tender love and
Yeah.
care in the form of fabric, even.
Maybe that's when the little check-ins are useful, just to kind of
Yeah.
clock in with yourself, see how am I doing? What's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I do like that you like totally forgot that you even had a horse, that it was like not even on your radar anymore. So shall we talk goals? You asked like half an hour ago,
Yes.
and I was like, I'm not ready to talk about goals yet.
Okay,
Shall we
yes,
finish with goals?
goals. Please. Please talk. Tell me.
Okay, so my goal, I was like, I should just put the horse right back into the race like I usually do. And then I was like, no, maybe part of it actually was a little bit a sacrificial killing because I am going to the US again this summer. West Coast, last time I went to Britex and Moods Fabric. This time I'm thinking maybe I'll go to another fabric store in the Bay Area that I haven't seen yet. I think there's a nice one in Berkeley, or if anyone has recommendations. It's also the problem is it's also my birthday in July. So it just feels like another let's just have no horse right now. I'm not going to buy anything, but I just feel like I'm going to just treat myself to something during the summer. Maybe if I see something nice, it's not like I have to, but maybe. And then I think I'm going to enter a new sort of late summer fall horse, but like for real,
Ah,
like then for real, not just like, whatever, in independent, I can do what I want. Like
I
for
like
real, new
this.
horse and independent with heavyweight rules, sort of, but officially I will be an independent. How about
I
you?
love it. Okay, so you saw that I sorted out my fabric. I got the new IKEA Kallax
Yes,
thing,
love it.
which is, I know, not technically a Kallax, but it's the same dimensions. And we've come up with the new international Kallax units for fabric quantity. So that's the IKUs.
Okay, so how many units are we down to?
I've
You do
got
not have a massive
four.
stash.
I've got four IKUs.
So tiny.
So I just really feel like as long as we're within the four IKUs, if a fabric purchase happens, it happens. As long as it
Yeah.
fits into that, I think right now I'm happy. I think I'm pretty good at only buying fabric that I have a strong idea of what it's going to be,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty good at only buying the amount that would be needed for that project. So yeah, I think as long as it fits into the four IKUs, I'm not going to create any more structure around myself other than that. I've also got quite a few bits and bobs of underwear making that I've
Hmm.
accrued, and I haven't had time to make some of that. So I definitely think that some making has to happen before I'm allowed to purchase any more bits and bobs for lingerie making. Yeah, so that's it really.
But you're
Like,
not
yeah,
really concerned. Like you
no,
you want to actually use the stuff you bought, but you're
I
not
really do because it's got
concerned
some
about the
lovely stuff.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I've had a big sort out. I've only got stuff in there that I love and can genuinely see myself use. I've got plans for the vast majority of it. I just really could do with the time to make. So I'm not
Nice.
worried. I think my focus is not gonna go wild into into
I
loads and
endorse
loads of
this. Four
planning.
calyx unit is a very, very small stash, especially for someone who has like a lot to do with fabric. You work in a fabric store, etc. That's a very small and tidy stash, even for your like. I know you don't live in a mansion, but even for that, I mean, that's tiny. Like I'm right now just like with my fabrics from my frogtails dress. I have an IKEA bag full of fabrics here, a stack on my desk. I feel like I have more just around me right now than you have in total. So I'm actually going to say like you're not even allowed to enter a horse. Like I feel like it should be the summer of Zoe. The Zoe hat should be a little bit bigger than the other hats for a while. And you go and treat yourself, girl.
Oh, I love this. This has been super fun. Thank you so, so much. I can't wait to maybe catch up with you again in the autumn. We can see how your summer went, can see if you got any purchases whilst you were in the US, and see how your horse is getting on in the I don't want to say fall, but fall in the autumn. How about that?
That sounds great. And I hope you have a lovely summer and that things are
Thank
going to
you.
look up for you.
Thank you so much. And where can people find you, by the way?
Oh, yeah, we didn't do the whole intro thing, right?
I
So
think surely people know who you are by now.
I'm doing the Last Sewist Standing challenge on the account, the Instagram account, the Craft Camp. But today, yeah, I was here as a civilian, and that would be the Miss Tashley account. But yeah, I'm sure Zoe will put it in the show notes, so I don't need to spell
Absolutely.
that for you.
You do not need to. I'm going to put it in the show notes along with a picture of your shorts. Thank you so
Sounds
much, Lisa.
great.
It was lovely to speak to you. Take care.
Bye, Zoe.
Thanks so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and are left feeling inspired. For more info about the podcast, including show notes for this and every episode, head to checkyourthread.com. I'd love to hear from you, so if you have any comments, questions or ideas for future episodes, please get in touch by emailing zoe@checkyourthread.com or find me on Instagram @checkyourthread. Massive thanks to Patrick Potter for production support, to Sylvia Seller for the awesome logo design, and to Simon at Palm Skin Productions for the music. This ad-free podcast would not be possible without listener support, so if you feel you are able, please consider signing up to the Check Your Thread Patreon. For the equivalent of buying me a coffee each month, you'll be making it possible to continue producing regular episodes. Links can be found in the show notes and on the website checkyourthread.com. I hope you'll listen again next week. Until then, take care. Bye!